Okay, let's unpack this a little. Imagine a powerful legislature, right? They make a big decision, and then suddenly a court steps in and basically says, hang on a second, you might need to rethink that.
Hmm.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of situation. It's a really compelling case from Nigeria. We're focusing on a significant ruling by the Federal High Court in Abuja, specifically concerning the Nigerian Senate.
Right.
And this is, well, it's more than just one legal decision, isn't it? It's a fascinating look at that whole delicate dance between government branches.
Absolutely. And what's really, intriguing here is this ruling involves Senator Natasha Akpoti-Udaughan. It really draws some clear lines around legislative power, and it highlights the judiciary's role.
Okay.
Senator Akpoti-Udaughan, she was suspended by the Senate. But then the court ordered her reinstatement. And like you said, this isn't really just about her. It's fundamental. It's about those checks and balances in a democracy.
That's a really powerful point. So, okay, let's get into the specifics then. What actually led to her suspension in the first place? And why did the court feel it needed to intervene?
Well, the background is that the Senate felt Senator Akpoti-Udaughan's actions amounted to a breach of privilege, and that led them to impose a 6-month suspension.
6 months. Okay.
Yeah, but the court's intervention, interestingly, it wasn't really challenging the Senate's right to discipline members generally. Instead, the federal high court zeroed in on the length of that suspension, 6 months. They ruled it was excessive, and crucially, that it violated Section 14, subsection 2 of the Senate's own Privileges Act.
Ah, okay, Section 14, subsection 2. What's the significance of that particular section? Why was violating that the critical point for the court?
Well, that section is key because it sort of defines the scope of disciplinary actions the Senate can take. The court basically interpreted it to mean that, yes, the Senate can suspend someone, but any measure has to be proportionate. And this is vital. It shouldn't effectively silence a whole constituency for, an unreasonably long time.
Right, that makes sense.
By calling that 6-month suspension excessive, the court was essentially saying the Senate overstepped in a way that hurt the fundamental right of the people in Kogi Central to actually be represented. This could sort of redefine how these disciplinary actions are handled going forward.
That really clarifies it. Upholding representation is paramount. But the ruling wasn't a total victory for the senator, was it? I understand the court also held her accountable for her own part in things.
Absolutely right. It was a nuanced decision. There was this dual accountability aspect. So, yes, reinstatement was ordered, but the court also found Senator Akpoti-Udaughan liable herself. She was ordered to pay a fine and $5 million to the federal government. It underscores how seriously the court viewed the situation. And on top of that, for contempt of court, which suggests, a disregard for some prior judicial process or order. She also has to issue apologies in 2 national newspapers and on Facebook. With